What if the world you know is nothing more than an edited version of the truth? Not out of malice but out of fear. Fear of what you might discover if you cross the threshold. This is not a text. It is a ritual. Every word you read is a key. Every chapter a door. And behind every door, a part of you that has been dormant. You don't need to believe. You only need to remember. Because what you are about to read is not new. It is ancient. It is yours. And it has been waiting for you to claim it. Prepare yourself. What begins as reading will end as rebirth. Before starting this video, remember to subscribe and like it. What if I told you that the greatest enemy of your youth doesn't live outside of you, but within? That it's not about what you eat, what you breathe, or even what you inherit. The real poison that accelerates your aging is invisible, silent, and you create it yourself. Every day, every hour, every thought. And the worst part, you've learned to call it normal life. From the moment you were born, you were taught to survive, not to live. To be alert, to anticipate danger, to distrust silence. You were trained to live at a frequency of fear, stress, and resentment. And that frequency isn't just emotional. It's chemical. It's electrical. It's biological. Every time you feel fear, your body contracts its cells as if under attack. Every time you're stressed, your nervous system interprets that there's no rest possible. Every time you hold a grudge, your organs swell as if at war. It's not a metaphor. It's science. It's alchemy. Your emotions aren't abstract. They're orders. They're commands your body obeys without question. Imagine each cell as a soldier awaiting instructions. What do you think happens when the general shouts, "Danger"? Every day. The body doesn't have time to repair. Only to resist. And resisting, however heroic it may sound, is the shortest path to fatigue, illness, and old age. Modern medicine calls it psychoneuroimmunology, a complex name for a simple truth. Your emotions shape your biology. Telomeres, those tiny protectors of your DNA, shorten faster when you live in low vibration states. Not by chance but by design. The body interprets fear as a sign that time is running out. And so, it speeds up its internal clock. But the ancients didn't need microscopes to understand this. They saw the body as an orchestra. When you lived in gratitude, love, or peace, each organ played its note in harmony. But when fear entered, the symphony broke down. The heart went out of sync. Digestion stopped. The immune system became confused. And that sustained dissonance, day after day, is what we now call premature aging. You don't need creams or surgery. You need a new conductor. And that conductor is your breath. Because breath isn't just oxygen. It's language. It's code. It's the bridge between your conscious mind and your autonomic nervous system. When you breathe deeply, slowly from your diaphragm, you're telling your body, the danger has passed. It's time to heal. You activate the vagus nerve, that golden thread that connects your brain to your organs. And when that nerve is activated, the body goes into repair mode. Inflammation decreases. Blood pressure regulates. Regeneration protocols are initiated. You don't need years of therapy or spiritual retreats. You just need to remember how to breathe as if your life depended on it. Because it does. This is the first pillar. The first key. The inner vibration. It's not a technique. It's a choice. Every emotion you choose is a seed you plant in your body. Will you sow fear or vitality? Will you repeat the noise of the world or compose your own symphony? Youth can't be bought. It's cultivated. And it all begins with the oldest sound in the universe, your breath. Your body wasn't designed to live confined within walls, illuminated by screens, nourished by lifeless objects. It was created to dance with the light and rest in the darkness. But you were taught to fear the sun, to ignore the night, to disconnect from the rhythms that sustain life. And so, little by little, you began to wither away. The second key isn't in a capsule or a laboratory. It's in the sky, in the light that touches your skin every morning. That light isn't just heat. It's information. It's nourishment. Your cells have eyes. They're called mitochondria. And when they receive the first rays of the sun, they awaken. They begin to repair, to regenerate, to produce energy as if they'd received a divine message. It's time to live. But every day, instead of receiving that message, you turn on a screen. You bathe in artificial light. You cover yourself with filters that block the language of the cosmos. And your body, confused, begins to forget how to heal. The light of dawn, that blend of red and infrared, penetrates deep into your skin, activates dormant genes, regulates your internal clock, and awakens serotonin, that molecule that makes you feel alive. 10 minutes. Just that. 10 minutes of communion with the sun can change your biology more than any supplement. And when the day ends, another energy awaits its turn: darkness. Night is not absence, it is presence. It is the moment when your pineal gland becomes an alchemist. It produces melatonin not only for sleep but to repair your DNA, to cleanse your body, to restore your soul. But if you sleep surrounded by lights, by screens, by windows open to the electrical chaos, that alchemy is interrupted. It's like trying to meditate in the middle of a storm. The ancients knew this. They slept with the sun and woke with it. Not out of romanticism but out of wisdom. They understood that light and darkness are the two arms of the same mother. One activates you, the other regenerates you. And you, if you learn to honor them, can resynchronize with the pulse of life. But there's something more. Something that goes beyond light and shadow. Something that governs your body without you noticing. Time. Not clock time but the time that lives within you. Because your body doesn't count seconds. It counts emotions, intensity, presence. And here's the third key. Vibration doesn't lie. It can hide behind words, disguise itself as intention, camouflage itself in gestures. But it never lies. And when the world begins to distort, when things don't flow, when relationships break down, when the body becomes ill, or when abundance recedes, it's not punishment. It's a reflection. It's the echo of a frequency that's out of alignment. Because reality doesn't make mistakes. It only responds. Distortion doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. From undigested emotions, from repeated thoughts, from wounds that vibrate silently. And those vibrations, even if they're not visible, shape the world we inhabit. Not as destiny but as a mirror. If you vibrate in lack, everything seems scarce. If you vibrate in fear, everything seems threatening. If you vibrate in guilt, everything seems judgmental. And then the world becomes a labyrinth. But not because it's broken, but because you're projecting it that way. This moment is uncomfortable, because it demands accountability. You can no longer blame chance, the system, or others. You have to look at your frequency. You have to confess what you're emitting. And that confession isn't verbal. It's energetic. It's emotional. It's ritual. Because only when you recognize your distortion can you begin to transform it. And that's where the art of tuning comes in. Not as a superficial technique, but as a profound alchemy. Tuning isn't repeating pretty phrases. It's reconfiguring your field. It's consciously choosing which emotion you're going to sustain. It's turning your body into a temple and your mind into an instrument. It's practicing coherence between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. You don't need perfection. You need presence. Because vibration doesn't demand that you be flawless. Just that you be authentic. And when you begin to tune in, when you choose to be grateful in the midst of chaos, when you breathe instead of reacting, when you bless instead of judging, something shifts. Not outside, inside. And that internal shift begins to emit a new frequency. One that the quantum field recognizes. One that reality begins to reflect. Tuning is an art. And like all art, it requires practice. It requires ritual. It requires intention. You can do it with words, with music, with movement, with silence. The important thing is not the method. It's the vibration you hold. Because that vibration is your energetic signature. It's your vibrational passport. It's your silent decree. And when you hold it, when you repeat it, when you embody it, the world responds. People change. Opportunities appear. The body heals. Not because you've forced it, but because you've tuned into it. Because you've stopped fighting reality and started dancing with it. This chapter doesn't end with a formula. It ends with a choice. Are you going to continue emitting from the distortion? Or are you going to become an alchemist of your frequency? Because if you do, if you dare to tune in with truth, with love, with gratitude, reality doesn't just transform. It becomes yours. Like a mirror that finally reflects what it's always been waiting for, your most authentic vibration, your most sacred rhythm, your most real energy. Reality isn't a wall, it's a mirror. And that mirror doesn't reflect what you desire or what you pretend or what you repeat in words. It reflects what you vibrate, always, without exception, without error. Because the quantum field doesn't respond to your masks. It responds to your innermost frequency, to that vibration you hold even when no one sees you. And that changes everything. Because if reality is a mirror, then there are no victims. There is no chance. There is no punishment. There is resonance. There is correspondence. There is echo. What you see outside is what you emit inside. What you attract is what you retain. What you repeat is what you haven't transformed. It's hard to accept, because it means looking honestly. It means recognizing that many of the things that hurt you, that frustrate you, that limit you, aren't there by chance. They're there because you're vibrating them. Not with conscious intention, but often emotionally. With patterns you inherited. With beliefs you never questioned. With wounds that continue to resonate, even though you no longer remember them. But it's also liberating. Because if reality is a mirror, then you can change it. Not through effort, through vibration, through attunement, through coherence. You don't need to manipulate the world. You need to transform yourself. And when you do, the world responds. Not because you force it to, because you reflect it. Manifestation isn't magic. It's subtle physics. It's vibration in action. It's the quantum field reorganizing itself according to your frequency. If you vibrate in abundance, life offers you paths. If you vibrate in love, relationships harmonize. If you vibrate on purpose, opportunities appear. Not because you deserve it, because you emit it. But there's a catch. Many try to manifest from the mind. They repeat phrases, visualize goals, make lists. But they continue vibrating in fear, in lack, in doubt. And the field doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibration. If what you say doesn't match what you feel, the mirror doesn't move. Because the quantum field doesn't negotiate. It only reflects. That's why this moment is sacred. Because it invites you to look at your reality as a vibrational map. Not to judge yourself, but to get to know yourself. What are you attracting? What are you repeating? What are you avoiding? Every answer is a clue. Every pattern is a frequency. Every obstacle is a note you haven't yet tuned. And when you understand it, when you embody it, when you practice it, reality becomes malleable. Not like a trick, like a dance. Like a mirror that finally reflects your deepest truth. Because you're no longer emitting from fear. You're vibrating from consciousness. Then the world changes. Doors open. Synchronicities appear. The right people arrive. Not because you asked for it. Because you vibrated it. Because you held it. Because you embodied it. Reality is not your enemy. It's your reflection. And if you learn to vibrate correctly, you won't have to chase anything. Everything will come. Everything will resonate. Everything will be yours. Because you are already part of the field. And the field always responds. Always. When the vibration begins to rise, not everything is light. There is an inevitable, profound, almost sacred moment when the old self rises like a shadow that refuses to disappear. It's not evil. It's memory. It's protection. It's the version of you that learned to survive in low frequencies, that adapted to fear, that built walls to avoid feeling, that repeated patterns to avoid falling. And now that you're changing, that version feels threatened. Because it knows its time is up. But it doesn't go away quietly. It manifests itself in thoughts that sabotage, in emotions that explode without warning, in decisions that feel like setbacks. It makes you doubt what you already know. It makes you feel like you're losing control. It makes you believe you're not ready. And that, right there, is where many abandon the process. Because they confuse the purge with failure. Because they believe chaos is a sign of error, when in reality, it's a sign of transformation. This chapter is the most raw. Because it's not about learning something new. It's about letting go of the old. And letting go isn't easy. Letting go is grief. It's discomfort. It's vertigo. It's facing the parts of yourself you don't want to show. The wounds that still throb. The beliefs that still limit. The emotions that still rule. And doing it without judgment. Without haste. without anesthesia. There are no techniques here. There's courage. The courage to stay in the fire without escaping. The courage to feel without repressing. The courage to hold your new frequency even when everything seems to be falling apart. Because that's what the quantum field is observing. Not your perfection. Your coherence. Your ability to sustain the chosen vibration amidst the tremor. And when you do, something breaks. Something is released. Something is reconfigured. Not because you understand it. Because you embody it. Because you cross the threshold without betraying yourself. Because you decide that your new vibration is non-negotiable. Because you choose to stop being who you were and become who you already are, even if you don't fully recognize it yet. The old self doesn't disappear completely. Sometimes it returns. Sometimes it whispers. But it no longer has power. Because you have looked at it without fear. You have honored it without attachment. You have let go of it without violence. And that, even if it isn't visible, is a vibrational revolution. It's an internal ceremony that the quantum field celebrates. Because now it can respond. Now it can reflect your new frequency. Now it can deliver a reality that doesn't repeat the past, but honors your present. This chapter doesn't end with relief. It ends with maturity. With a more stable vibration. Deeper. More authentic. Because you're no longer looking to change the world. You're changing yourself. And that, although it may seem invisible, transforms everything. Reality already knows. Your body already knows. The field already knows. Because you have crossed the threshold. And there is no turning back. Only expansion. Only resonance. Only truth vibrating in every cell. And the world is already responding. As it always does. As it always will. When you decide to vibrate from who you truly are. Vibration is no longer a quest. It's a posture. A way of being in the world. You no longer need to prove anything, convince anyone, or demonstrate your transformation. Because now you know it. You feel it. You hold it. You've crossed the thresholds, you've faced your distortions, you've fine-tuned your frequency. And what was once theory is now body. It's field. It's reality. Vibrational sovereignty isn't control. It's attunement. It's knowing that you don't need to manipulate the world to make it respond to you. Simply emit from your truth. From your coherence. From your presence. Because when you vibrate from who you truly are, the quantum field doesn't hesitate. It doesn't delay. It doesn't negotiate. It responds. And that response isn't always spectacular. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it's a synchronicity that no one else notices, but you know it's a sign. It's a reflection. It's an echo. Because now you're awake. Not in the mind. In the frequency. In the emotion. In the energy that sustains every moment. You no longer need external rituals to validate your power. You are the ritual. Every breath is an offering. Every word a decree. Every silence an attunement. You have stopped chasing. You have stopped asking. You have stopped waiting. Because now you know that everything you seek is already on its way. Not because you deserve it. Because you vibrate it. And that vibration doesn't depend on the environment. It doesn't depend on what happens. It depends on what you choose to hold. Even when the world shakes. Even when old frequencies try to return. Even when doubt appears disguised as logic. You hold. You choose. You vibrate. Vibrational sovereignty is just that. Choosing your frequency regardless of circumstances. Being coherent even when no one notices. Being light even when there is shadow. Being truth even when there is noise. Because you are no longer a reaction. You are an emission. You are a field. You are a creator. And the world knows it. It feels it. It reflects it. People change. Opportunities align. Doors open. Not because you force it. Because you embody it. Because your vibration is no longer fragmented. It is stable. It is mature. It is sacred. This moment isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new way of inhabiting reality. A way where you don't need to fight, convince, or resist. Just vibrate. Just sustain. Just be. Because now you know, everything is energy. And you are part of the field. And if you vibrate correctly, reality will not only be yours, it will be an extension of you. It will be a mirror of your frequency. It will be a dance with your truth, and that dance has already begun. And you are already in it, without effort, without doubt, without fear. Only vibration, only presence, only you.